Kip's Corner. Welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. Thanks for joining me. So today I am working on Inspired by Color number 4, and in the honor of spring, which I think is finally here, I'm going to do this page. This is out of the Artist Color Inspiration Book 2. It's Vintage Fabrics. This is by Simone Linehan. And there's, I think, four books in this series. And this one is book 2. And so this is the page that I want to work on today. And I've got the greens. And you've got the colors down here. These two look very similar. So that's a little odd to me. But the point is that it's a bunch of greens, right, with a few neutrals. And so what I thought I would do today is work on a journal, art journal page. This is a new, here, let me set this aside. I'll show you what I've done so far. This is a new art journal that I have that, I don't know, I've had for a while. I just haven't started using it. It's a neat size, and it's got gray paper on the inside. I'm not sure if I'm going to love that or hate that, but, but I want to do the pages in here as I play, up and down instead of sideways. So I'm going to do the first one. And what I did was first I just went in, just because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do yet, I just went in and put a coat of white gesso on the base. Then I went in and selected a green, let's see, what did I use? Desert Bush. Desert Bush from Paper Artsy. This is a fresco finish chalk acrylic, and it's from Seth Apter, and it is opaque. And so I thought it would be perfect just to kind of give me a little bit of edge. I didn't go do the whole page because I'm going to cover up the middle. Then what I did so far, move all this off, is this is from a sheet, a scrapbook, 12 by 12 scrapbook paper from 49 and Market. And so I just thought it was lovely with the colors that were in there so far. I trimmed it a little bit shorter so that green that I've got in the background would peek through. And this is going to be my base. And I went ahead and inked around the edge. No, there's not any, walnut stain or browns per se in my color palette. But I'm going to expand that just a little, use the colors in the color palette, but I'm also kind of giving myself permission to add in some other neutrals that are kind of close to the neutrals they've got there, other than, of course, the dark brown. But anyway, that's what that's what I decided to do. It's my art journal, and I can do what I want, right? Okay, so from here, what I'm going to do is build up with greenery. I want to put some layers and things on here. And before I glue anything down, I want to get some, here, let me put that up there out of my way. I want to get some stencil. I want to put some texture on here through a stencil. And I started with just Liquitex modeling paste. And then I added in, what color did I add in? This is Sap Green Hue, Golden High Flow Acrylics, and then I added in black gesso and mixed that up, and that's what I've got here. And this is just a really deep, dark green. Let me see if I can get it closer to the camera, if you can see that. So over here in this bay is what I mixed first, and then when I added the modeling paste, which is of course white, it brought that green back to a color that other than what looked like black originally. And that is a really good match to these dark greens here. That one. Okay. So that's what I'm going to start. And I've got this stencil from Tim Holtz that I'm going to use. It's got polka dots in it. I like it. It's one of my favorites. And so I'm going to pull this off. I'm just going to put some dots in here with my modeling paste. That's probably plenty. Oops. I might have to clean that one up a little bit. Got a little globby on me. Oh, maybe not. You know what? It might just be fine. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it globby like that. Okay. Now what I want to do is dry this. My desk is filthy dirty. Sorry. I want to dry this, and then I'm going to start building layers up on top of that. Okay, that feels pretty good. And now what I think I want to do, I think I want to add a little bit more stamping in the background. So let me grab a couple stamps. Okay, here's what I grabbed. This is one of Lorna Taylor's from the now defunct Creative Expressions. But this is some nice script right in here that I want to pull. So I'm going to pull that. You can tell I've used it before. Get that out. And I also have, this is a Stampin' Up! Stamp set that I got at an estate sale. And it's got some little leaves in it. Oops, so I want, in particular, I think I want this little leaf here. So we're going to use, and that one has not been used. So we're going to use those two stamps. And I have a gray stamp pad. I don't want to, I don't want to stamp this in black. I do want to stamp it in gray. So it's not quite so dark. I just want some little bit of subtleness back there. As a matter of fact, here, scrap piece of paper, I'll probably stamp off on it. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little in a couple places. Very little bit. Just add to it more layers. Let's grab the other side here. And it's already, like I said, it's already got the text in the background. I'm just a little darker than what's there. I'm just adding to it. Okay, there we go. A little bit more down here, maybe. Okay, that's good. With that one, now I'm going to take the same color. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to use a different color. This stamp pad is really stiff. It also came from an estate sale. It's Stampin' Up! Basic Gray. That does not want to close. Okay. Where is... Yeah, I'm going to use... No, I think I'll use this Saison in Saddle Brown. It's a pretty color. Oops. Where'd it go? From my leaf. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Let me test it. Yeah, it's a little dark, but not too bad. I actually think this might make it look more like fall. Oops, that didn't show up very well, did it? Let's try that again. There we go. Just to add a little bit of color, a little bit of depth to this. Maybe it's here. There we go. Maybe one more. I like things in threes. So let's put another one. I don't want to put it on top of my, here we go, put it right there. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. It's fine. Okay, the idea here is that what I want to build depth, right, with my color palette. I don't want, even though this color palette is primarily green, I kind of want to be careful not to get my greens to clash or to get too many greens on here. So, let's put that up there. Okay, now what I want to do, where did it go? Somewhere over here. I have this little 40. that is the bottom, somewhere is the top of it, or the bottom of it, and this is the top. Here we go. These two went together, and I just bent it until it popped off. And this is from an old cash register, and I thought that'd be kind of fun if this were tucked inside somewhere. But maybe I'll wait. No, I think I can go ahead and do it. I think I'm going to put it right here. And so what I'm going to do, if I can find it, I'm going to cut a little slit in this. There we go. That'll be plenty. I should have a little hole in here if I went all the way through. I did. And now what I want to do is slip this under that. Like that. And then I'll glue that down. And look, I just covered up that big blob of mess up there at the top. Did that and didn't even realize I was doing it. Okay. Let's glue that down with, here it is. I'm going to glue that down with Glossy Accents. I just went straight down it. Well, not straight. I just went down it with a zigzag stitch. And I like just that extra little oomph that it gives me. So I'm going to glue this down first. And then I'll be able to play with the pieces that go on top of it and just kind of decide what I want. Well, here, let me set this down. It'll be easier. Just kind of tapping the glue on the back here. It doesn't have to be all of it. It's a piece of fabric. We're going to put that right there. I want some of those gloppy, there you go. And I'm going to keep these strings here too. Okay. Gonna leave that there. And let's just put that, I'm just going to kind of plunk it down. There we go. That little white that's showing through will, all right, now this one, I did one on here, I think. Let's nip that little piece off. Where's my scissors? They're here somewhere. I have no idea what I did with them. Did I put them away? Oh, I put them away. Funny that. I never put my scissors away. Okay. Well, this one would go here. I want it more on top of that, maybe here. And then the mushroom. Or do I want it at all? I don't know. I'm okay with it not being on there. And just having the mushroom by itself. Okay, let's do that. But let's think about this for a second. Do I want to put any more greenery on here? No. I really don't. Okay, I'm going to glue my mushroom on. Now we'll see. I'm really not looking at the color palette. I mean, I am. It's in my head. But but I'm not checking more than what I, checked kind of before I pulled some of these pieces. So it'll be interesting to see how far off I am. I'm gonna go here, right there. I actually should have raised him up a little bit, but that's all right. He's naturally raised just because he's on top of fabric and other. Okay. Now, do I want a second mushroom? Do I? Oh, I do kind of like that second mushroom. But maybe he is raised. Oh, let's get, okay, so I'm going to ink him. He's got a little, cut that off. So I'm cutting off just the little part where it was attached. I mean, you could also just sand it. A little bit of sandpaper, that would work. Oops. Looks like he was attached here. And one more here. Okay, now I'm going to ink this. Now these are almost the same. Oh, they're in different directions. Okay, so that'll be all right. And I'm going to lower it and I'm going to raise it. There we go. Oh, I like it. It's cute. It's a mama mushroom and a baby mushroom. Okay. Now, what I want to do is get some more greenery on here. I mean, my palette is green after all, right? So I really liked one of these up here. Maybe it's kind of like that. A little more. Oh, let's get the lid on the glue before it dries out. Maybe it's more like that. Maybe it's more like that. And that one gets cut off. Nope, that'll look weird. Maybe it's more like that. Coming out of the corner. Yeah, that's not so bad. Okay, let's glue that. Let's go ahead and glue that on because I did ink that one. Of course, I just put the lid on my glue. Open it back up again. Come on. There you go. So most of these inspired by color, while I may determine ahead of time kind of some of the pieces that I might use to get to that color or the paint I'm going to use, they really are on the fly. I'm really kind of creating this as I go while I'm sitting here. I start with a general idea, but go from there, and most of the time I think it looks completely different than what my original general idea was. So I hope that helps, inspire you to kind of do the same thing and to come in here and play and have fun. Don't be afraid. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? I'm going to drop that on there. Just kind of like that. Get that up there. Okay. Now let's push this down. I've got those, don't forget, I've got that texture up underneath there. And so I got to get it pushed, kind of pushed down so it will stick. Okay. That's nice. All right. What do we think? How about let's put a little something, something. Do we want the butterfly on there? He almost looks a little out of place. Like he's the wrong, style. Getting to be too much. Do we want to come back to another piece of greenery? Oh, that's kind of pretty. I don't hate that. I wish this was just a slightly different... You know what? I wonder what happens. Let's play for a second. What happens if I push this into... This is Shabby Shutters. Ooh. In the Distress Oxide. Oh, that's kind of cool. It gives it almost a sparkly effect. Lightens that up. And kind of does what I want it to do. All right, let's get a little bit more on there. Now what do we got? Yeah. Looks kind of like paint splatters. Okay, let's let that dry. And it's all over my hand. Here, I'm going to hit that with the dryer real quick. Yeah. Okay. Now what I need to decide is do I want to put any, do I want to, emphasize anything? And I kind of do. The mushrooms, I kind of do. So I'm thinking, if I can find it right here, a little tiny bit of Wink of Stella on the top of these mushrooms. Just give them a little bit of oomph. I'm not a glitter person, but I like the clear Wink of Stella just for a little tiny bit of emphasis. That's the only one I have. And it's just a fun little product for just a little bit of oomph. So I'm umphing the mushrooms. So let's get this on here. Now I know, you're like, well, what the heck is that 40 sitting up there? It's just a piece of interest. I may, I'm not done. I may do something else. It's just I like to add a little, an unexpected surprise to the pieces that I work on. And so that's my little unexpected, kind of, you're looking at it and you're like, oh, what's that? We're going to put that right there. And I'm going to push it down. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. There we go. That little tiny bit of the Shabby Shutters on there. Well, I just wiped some of it off, which is fine. Just lightened up that. Just took kind of that leaf was a little on the blue side. I liked the two colors up there, but it was just a little on the blue side. Okay, now what I need to do is put the lid on my glue. And now what I need to do is cut. Let me cut these edges. How's about today is full of possibilities, and I'll break that in half, and that'll be our little sentiment right on there. Let's get some color on this though. Well, let's break it in half first. Today is full of possibilities. All right, let's one at a time. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of ink on here, just so it kind of, blends in a little bit more. Not blends in so much as goes. with what's going on. And again, the sticky on the back, I don't ever trust it, so I always let's add some glue. Don't need a lot. Oops, I just put my thumb in it, so. Ay, 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 ay. Let's go right here. Like that. I know, our journal pages are not supposed to take this long. You're supposed to just, sit down. People say they sit down and they do them in like 5-10 minutes. Nope, not me. I have to overthink everything. Not everything, but some things. All right. But it is done. I think, sort of. I don't know. We're going to decide here in just a minute. Today is full. The glue would stay on better if you wouldn't put your fingers in it. Let's go something on it. Okay. Of possibilities. And that's probably not straight. And not too bad. Okay. We're calling it done, whether it's done or not. Oh, look, I just found another mushroom. A baby. Do I want the baby on there? Nah, I like the two. Okay, I like the way this ended up. Let's just make sure. Do we want to put anything else on here? Do we want to put anything else on here? I mean, if you do that, you're going to mess up your word. There you go. What about down here? I'm just double checking to make sure I don't want this little guy anywhere because I do like him. Just double checking. Same with this one. Do we want him up here? Do we want him coming down? No. What about this guy? Oh, nope. Let's see. What about this guy? Do we want him? Oh, well, that would cover up your words. Well, that would be smart, wouldn't it? No, I don't feel like it's necessary. What about down here? Nope, that fights. What about here? Don't hate it, don't need it. This is the one that I really liked, though. I really liked the idea of that being on there. But it's really, I think it just makes it too busy. Okay, all right, stop. I am done. Art journal page, inspired by color. This is number 4 in the series. And here are the colors that we had. So we had this color, which I've got here, and I've got here in the fern. This was kind of why I wanted the fern to be on here so bad, because it is really a nice match to that one. And then we have this darker color, which is in our, well, this one especially is in our dots. And then we've got this darker here. And then we've also got the darker, a little bit here in the background. Oh, and you know what I need to do? One more thing. Oh, I see. I got to stop saying I'm done. One more thing. I'm going to lay this over here like that. And then I'm going to take, oh, that's too long. Let's cut that. Let's just fold that. Let's lay that right there. And I'm going to sprinkle some of this color on there, because I think it's a good color to get that darker one in there a little bit more. I'm going to add, so this is the sap green hue. I'm going to add a little bit of water and this will work. Let's mix this up. And then let's tap on a little bit of splatter. And that goes with the that splatter then goes with the dots that I put. There we go. All right. And I'm going to cover up those guys and get a little bit more down here. Actually, I want to get a little bit more up here. Oh, there's a big splat. That's plenty. Plenty, 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 plenty. Okay. Whew. Now I really, for real, am done. Of course, I got some splats up here in the top, but I can always come back in and put a layer of gesso on this top page. You know, maybe pick a color that kind of matches and just color that in if I wanted to. Or I can just absolutely leave it smeary sloppy like that and be happy that it's like that and be okay with it. so there's that. Okay, let's get this out of the way. We are officially done. I am going to dab at these just a tiny bit because they're really wet. There's another one right down here. There we go. Okay, so what I was saying before I rudely interrupted myself is that these colors are here. This color is here. It's in the background. This color is in the background over here. This one as well. These two are so close. One's a little bluer, one's a little greener. So you've got that dark, deep, dark bluer color here. And then these two really pale colors are in our mushroom and of course in our background as well. Plus we have some other greens added into the mix. But overall, this is my Celebrating Spring art journal page, inspired by color number 4. And here you go. And there's that, see that Wink of Stella on there. And it's just, you know, lots of layers of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you are enjoying the Inspired by Color series, please let me know or just give it a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. That helps the algorithm. So when these release, you know, kind of gets out there a little bit more. So by all means, throw that thumbs up if you like these. If you don't, that's fine. And hopefully I can continue to do them. So thank you so much for joining me. I will be back. Bye-bye.